Hello, and today we're playing Warcraft Rumble. Now we're going to be using the Tirion Fordring. Why? Because I want to make a raid boss build with him, so I'm trying my best with all these different units. So the goal I'm going for is to have units like unbound units that are able to be placed on the map to help me collect resources, but at the same time I need a damage dealer, so that's why I have the Dark Spiritual, and I also have a spell. And right now I'm using Arcane Blast because I think it was perfect, and as you can see with my Safe Pilot and my Arcane Blast, I was able to eliminate that force that was coming out on the left hand side, and my Griffin and my other Safe Pilot are just moving down the middle. They're going to get eliminated, and Tirion Fordring is very tanky and can heal. Now with the Quillbore, it allows me to constantly place an ally for him to tank, hopefully able to stay alive just long enough, so he can recoup with whoever's tanking with him, and those heals are great. Now if I have 2 or 3 Tirion Fordrings on the field at a time, that will be massive. The sad part about this build, I don't really think it has a lot of defensives, meaning that if my enemy probably has, I don't know, a lot of spells, or they have units that can just be super tanky and shred, this build may have a problem. But I don't really have everything I need yet, and we're going to come out victorious here with this first round. I would also love to know what Tirion Fordring builds you guys use in the comment section, because I'm trying to make my way up here. Now in this next matchup here, it's going to be very interesting, because we're going up against Sylvanas Windrunner. I personally don't have this mini champion yet. My goal is to actually rank up to hopefully get her. Now when she dies, she basically summons a Banshee, which can take over your units. Now as you can see on the left hand side and the middle, units are coming down, so I'm placing as much to kind of block. I'm going to be using my Safe Pilot and my Arcane Blast down the middle to clear as much mobs as possible. Arcane Blast works with the Safe Pilot, and we're going to clear that whole middle route, and my Griffin should be able to take care of the Gargoyle. I placed another Griffin down there just to make sure with a Cobalt so we can get those little gold mine resources. Now the sad thing here is the fact that I didn't have a backline for Tirion Fordring, or we probably would have been able to take that tower. My main damage for this, as I said earlier, is my Dark Spare Troll. It does so much damage. I just can't wait to upgrade him so I can get his special trait. We're going to use our unbound unit, the Worgen, right here to collect the middle resources. Those 2 Griffins are doing a fantastic job. We're also going to place a 3rd Griffin with Tirion Fordring and a Cobalt to collect some resources. We're going to use our Quillbore closer to the enemy base so that Griffin Rider can actually survive. We're also going to place a Worgen backline there, hopefully take out, yes, he does take out the Dark Spectral and should be able to get us that turret, and we have enough units going there to safeguard it to ensure it's ours. Now I placed Tirion Fordring in the base because with my turret they can more than take out this Wolf Rider. Now without that turret I don't think he would have had a chance, and now we have 3 units walking towards the enemy base. We also have Arcane Blast on our little deck available to us to play in our hand. Now those ghouls are doing a lot of damage, and look at that Cobalt making his way to the enemy base, and he's doing a little damage. He's the MVP right here. Probably going to spam out my Arcane Blast a little bit right here. Now we're going to switch to playing probably the Quillbore right there to interrupt the Cobalt, and we're going again with another little push here. Griffin Rider comes out. They have nothing to hit the air, which is good. We actually have 2 Tirion Fordrings and a Dark Spirit Troll on the field with a Worgen. I think this push might be it. I forgot about the Quillbore, to be honest with you, and he's making his way. I'm pretty sure this is it. Another damaged unit comes down by me, and we got this game. Now I will say one of the things I don't really like about Arcane Blast is that since it ramps up every time you spend more resources, I do forget it's clicked, and I use the resources by accident when it reaches around 3 to 4, and it sucks. That's wasted resources. Now we're going to collect these resources really fast. This is one of my best parts about this build. We're sending a little push down the left hand side right there. We see the Gargoyle coming out. My Worgen is probably going to die. He's not really going to be... Wait, hold on a minute, because I just saw a polymorph. That's not too good right there. Hopefully my Dark Spirit Troll should be able to take out this Gargoyle, no problem, and I'm building a push to take that turret. He also has Blizzard, Polymorph, and Arcane Blast. That is a lot of spells there. Hold up, wait a minute. Oh no, this isn't looking too good right now. Hopefully I can summon my Griffin Rider with my Arcane Blast and hopefully do enough. Oh, I think I just lost this push, and this is what I was talking about. I don't think I have enough defenses to defend a lot of things, but to be very honest with you, he had spells. I did not expect him to have 3 different spells, and that Polymorph along with Arcane Blast and Blizzard kind of ended it for me. If I paid better attention, I probably could have countered that build, as you already saw a massive force going towards his base. So his build clearly was not the best. Now in this next game right here, I think we could come out victorious. We're going to try for a little push. So as you can see here, he has a Stone Elemental, which is really interesting choice for that build. So he's going to go straight up. My Griffin Rider should easily be able to deal with him, and I'm building up a small force down the left hand side with my Cobalt in the lead right there to try to take down the tower, and my Griffin Rider is doing a fantastic job. However, the enemy Dark Spirit Troll Actually, if you notice, the enemy Dark Spirit Troll is glowing, which means he has this trait, so he's going to be healing as he's doing damage, and I think we have enough to secure that tower. Well, he's still trying to summon units. I don't really gotta... Whoa. We do have the healing proc. Look at that. That little spear troll is doing so much damage to my turret. I actually made sure to use the arcane blast there to make sure he was finished off. We're gonna drop our unbud worgen to get us some extra resources, as well as our cobalt to come up the top. I'm gonna use my quillboar so he could tank for the Tyrion on the left hand side. Oh no, the base isn't fully up. We're going to use Arcane Blast here. Let's see if we can ramp up, because we know we have a Worgen coming down and he's being pulled to that with the Griffin, and we do clear them out, which is really nice. He uses Blizzard on his turret. However, I'm pretty sure it's not going to kill those 2 units. Now, sadly, Tyrion is tanking the turret. If he wasn't, they would have had a better chance of surviving that, and the safe pallet comes in. That's it for that little push, so I'm going to have to build up another round with Tyrion and the Dark Spiritual right behind him. I think this time we guarantee we have the enemy's secondary turret, which is going to work out in our favor. Now, I know the middle chest should be coming up anytime soon, so I'm going to still summon units on the outside just to, you know, not have to worry too much. The Quillbar was up a little too slow. Now my Griffin is tanking the damage, coming out of my Worgen to eliminate that Saber Rider. We also know the chests are up, so I probably should have used it for the middle instead of putting those units on the field elsewhere, but it's okay. My Dark Spirit Troll should be able to collect it, and Tirion Fordring is still acting as a nice distraction. The enemy used his Worgen, which was actually pretty good. We could use Arcane Blast, but I don't think it was really necessary. As you see, 1 Arcane Blast with my Dark Spirit Troll was more than enough. So I'm pretty sure he's down on resources right now. Even though he has that Dark Spirit Troll that can heal, I don't think it's going to be enough for a push. As you can see, I instantly come out with a nice little sturdy force building up my resources, and he accidentally, I think, used the Blizzard on his base when he meant to use it elsewhere. I think this may be the push we've been looking for. I just realized this game was actually pretty long, and we're coming out. He's taking too much damage. He's not going to be able to defend this, and there it goes. GG, giving us the next point victory. I feel very strong with this build. However, there are some changes I want to try out. Like, one of the biggest changes I want to know is if it's better, instead of using the Dark Spirit Troll, to probably use the Dark Iron Dwarf who can throw the hammers. Maybe that's a better build, and instead of using Arcane Blast, maybe using, I don't know, that ability that allows you to basically become undead. I think it's Cheat Death. I haven't bought it yet. So as you can see here in this build, I am using the Dark Iron Dwarf instead of the Dark Spirit Troll, because I really want to know how it feels. Sadly, I don't have the spell, as I was saying earlier, so I have to keep to Arcane Blast. He does have Giants on the other hand, which is quite interesting for this build. I don't know, I maybe should have summoned the Griffin on the right hand side, but it's okay because that Dark Iron Dwarf does so much damage. Hopefully my Worgen can get rid of this Ogre in time before he eliminates my... Good, he did do it. He got rid of him before he eliminates my Quillboar. I couldn't really save the Griffin because the Griffin is super weak, I'll be honest with you. So we're dropping down that Cobalt so you can collect those mines, and my Quillboar is going to ham on that tower, but he's not going to be able to take it. On the right hand side, however, Tyrion and that Dark Iron Dwarf is such a good combo. The amount of damage and healing and tanking coming out there is great. We've been able to clear a lot of paths, and my Cobalt barely misses that Dark Iron Dwarf. So we're going to come down with our little rogue there, and he's going to snap him open while Tyrion is coming ahead, and our middle path collected by the Quillboar, which worked in our favor. Now, you see that little rider right there, the fire bat? We need to get rid of that. Thankfully, we're able to hold off long enough with the safe pallet and the Cobalt to keep my Dark Iron alive, and they're taking that left-hand tower, which works out in our favor. Grommash is on the field, and it's something we really have to deal with, but I think we have enough units to deal with this. No problem. Damage coming out right here, and you saw my Dark Iron Thrower literally shred the enemy base, which was nice. So we have another contingent walking to the enemy base, but we also have to be wary of that Wolf Rider. Why? Because Wolf Riders do so much damage at full health, especially to a turret. They can take it from start to 0. 100 to 0 is what I should say. I don't know, my words got mixed up there. We're collecting the chest in the middle, which worked out, and I think this is GG, giving us the round victory. That was a quite interesting map. I don't know which one I like more between the Dark Iron Dwarf or the Troll. I'm really indecisive with what I feel between the two. Now we're going up here against a Baron Rivendell. I personally do not have this champion, and I actually do want it. It hasn't been offered to me since the first offer in the entire game. Now, we're going to collect resources here. That's a massive little army coming out there. Thankfully, I have Arcane Blast. It should probably be able to deal with this no problem. I don't know. We might have resource issues or maybe unable to defend certain things because, as I said, this build is... Oh no, I used this. That was exactly what I was talking about earlier. I accidentally clicked Arcane Blast again on nothing, which cost me 3 resources, and that's actually going to put me back further than expected. And the sad part here is if I used my Griffin Rider, that Necromancer would have taken it out anyways, and Tyrion is not enough to actually defend this. We're going to be struggling here to just survive currently right now. We also need to make sure we keep our turret, but I see in the corner there, while I'm trying to focus here in the middle, enemies are going to my turret. That is not good right now, and I don't really have anything to defend this. What to do? We're going to need more resources, and then we're going to try to summon in after we try to use what we can right here. Summoning in the Worgen, doing some damage, and sadly it wasn't enough. He's going to get eliminated, and we just lost our turret. That is not a good sign right here. We're going to use our safe pilot. Hopefully the safe pilot is able to keep that turret in repair before it comes up, giving us a chance to recapture it. And the Griffin Rider is doing the job that I need them to do, which is dealing damage to enemies that can't hit them. However, the enemy also has a dragon, which is not good for me. That is actually pretty bad. I probably actually don't know what to do. So we're going to summon this Dark Iron Dwarf, and hopefully he gets rid of the dragon. Perfect right there. He will have no problem with the Gargoyle, of course, but the Quillbore and the Undead coming onto him is going to be a problem. So we're going to place Tirion Fordring. Hopefully he can come in front just fast enough to tank the damage, and he's not. That is not a good thing, but the heals are at least there. The Dark Iron is taking more damage than he needs, and Tyrion gets eliminated instantly by the Ghoul and the Necromancer. This is not looking too good. I'm trying to collect resources. I'm struggling really hard right now, and at least I have the base on the right hand side. I'm actually not sure what you're supposed to do in this scenario, especially with this build. Since I've been under pressure for the first time, it's making me consider and think different choices I'll need, as well as upgrades to my units. When you get faced with situations like this, what build do you use, especially if you're using Tyrion, that would get you out of a situation like this? Because strategically, I'll be very honest with you, I'm kind of breaking and folding right now. It's not coming together for me. That Quillbore is coming. The Cobalt is collecting a lot of resources. The enemy is doing a fantastic job in putting on the pressure, not really allowing me to recoup. And the fact is, I always have to have a unit ready for this dang gargoyle. These gargoyles are so annoying. Now, I'll be honest with you, the gargoyle is way more annoying than having to go up against the stone elemental, because not a lot of units can actually hit the gargoyle, only air units. Hopefully we can get enough resources to summon in here, but I'll be honest with you, I think it's pretty over. So yeah, I've had a good day with this build. I think I'll go back and reconsider some different things and see what I can upgrade in this shop. Other than that, GG to my opponent. Did a fantastic job.